If it is or if it ain't, it's going to come out. Good morning, everybody. It's your girl, Miracle Sims, and you're listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration, the juice. It is July the 29th, 2023, and today the topic is the fear of the Lord. Well, happy Saturday, everybody. Happy Saturday. I hope that you all had a fabulous Friday. Mine was just fine. Mine was long, and I was working in the morning and worked in the evening, but to God be the glory for being booked and things like that. But yeah, man, it was a good day. Yesterday was a good day. I realized yesterday that the juice, yes, this segment right here, the morning show, we reached over 1,000 videos of just the juice, y'all. Look, man, I'm telling y'all all the time that this channel has just become a testament of just God and his faithfulness. Like, you give him again the 2 fish and 5 loaves, he'll multiply it. And so he has done that above and beyond when it comes to GSL. So to God be the glory, man. 1,000 episodes of the juice. Your girl been out here studying 1,000 days at least. So man, that's it blows my mind. It's crazy. But anywho, that was something I realized yesterday. I think we hit that goal a couple of days ago, but I didn't realize it. And then, yeah, yesterday I just happened to look and I was like, wait a minute. Whoa. And then on top of that, thank you all again, because we reached a goal of 950 on our channel of subscribers. So thank you to each and every one of you all that are subscribed. I have to get my husband together, y'all. I told him to go ahead and dust off the cobwebs. Man, you say you're going to be on the channel when it gets to 1,000. So we almost there for 1,000 subscribers. So thank you all so much. I think that's it in regards to announcements. So let's get into this conversation, y'all. The fear of the Lord. Okay, so it's interesting how I came to this topic today. First of all, I woke up around 11 something last night, and it's like I heard a sound that wasn't in my house. I don't know. I can't even remember. I just remember waking up to like some type of sound. And then by the time I looked at my phone or whatever, it was like 11:13, I think it was. And obviously you guys know I went and Googled that, but I, went back to sleep. So then woke up this morning. I think I woke up around 4:30 this morning, so I missed my 4 o'clock alarm entirely. But it was interesting. Like, when I listened to the prayer meditation and did all of that, and I went back to the verses that were since around 11:13 or whatever it was again that I woke up last night, the word "dough" stood out to me, and I know this is gonna sound weird, but this is why it stood out to me. So before I went to sleep, there's this girl I know. I used to work with her some years ago. And I don't know where she's at, what all she got going on. I just know every now and then she posts on YouTube, right? And so she posted a video on YouTube last night, or whenever she posted it, but I saw it last night, and it had miracle on it, but it had it like capital M, the way I would say my name, Miracle. And so I was like, is this for me, Lord? So I listened to the video or whatever. And I mean, it was good, so I just decided to share it. I mean, not to say it wasn't resonated with me or something. I just was like, okay, But then one thing I noticed was this. So her video it seemed like it stopped abruptly. It wasn't like her signing off being like, okay, so bye, or nothing like that. It just seemed like she was talking, and then it just stopped abruptly. That's what it seemed like to me as I was watching it. And so I just happened to take notice of the number. So it stopped at like 12:17 or something like that. So I looked that up in the Strong's Concordance, 1217 or whatever it was, right? And what I came up with was dough maker. So I think it's either the Hebrew or the Greek. One of it meant dough, and then the other one went maker. I'm like, dough maker? And I, looked up some Bible center around that at openbible.info and or whatever. So when I wake up this morning, right, and I look up whatever it was, what did I tell y'all I looked up earlier? I looked up something. I looked up the time, the 11 whatever time that I had woke up last night. And one of the verses was in reference to dough. I was like, okay, wait a minute. When you showing me something about dough last night, Lord? So I'm looking at all of this different stuff. And at some point, I'm like, well, Lord, what are you saying to me? Like, am I missing something? Because the verses were good, don't get me wrong. But I just was like, trying to figure out, like, what it all meant, right? And one of the things that I was noticing before I did this next thing, one of the things that I noticed was that it kind of was talking about the verse that I looked up this morning. It was kind of talking about like, without me going too deep into it, basically like the branches that were already a part of the vine, but then God took those branches away and made room for, like, I guess you would consider to be like Gentiles and stuff, but they're still saying that those branches that were formerly there are still, of value X, Y, and Z to the Lord. Anyway, it goes deep into all of that, but this conversation ain't about that. But I'm trying to tell y'all what got me to this conversation right now, where I'm at. So I was looking into all of that, and I was getting an understanding, but I felt like something was missing. So I decided to listen to the verses. Y'all know, again, you can go to the Bible app, and you guys can just press it, and it'll read it to you, right? So I decided to listen to it. And as I was listening to it, what was standing out to me the most was kind of like this concept of, how could I say it? Like, our arrogance, right? To feel like, our arrogance, being humble, things of that nature. Like, that was kind of what's standing out to me, right? So ultimately, as I was kind of going deeper about this idea of staying humble and understanding that it's by God's grace and mercy and not anything that we've done and just all of that, right? And not trying to put ourselves above nobody else and stuff like that, right? Ultimately, what did I do? I ended up looking up something, and it led me to the fear of the Lord in general. So it's not necessarily referencing the dough and all that stuff that I was studying this morning and whatnot, but that's what all got me to this subject today of the fear of the Lord. Something we lack in this generation. Now don't get me wrong, there's plenty of us that do still fear the Lord and things of that nature. So we don't, like, for example, myself and anybody else that are believers and stuff like that. I know there's plenty of us out here, but when you look at us as a whole, as humanity, right? That's what I mean. It's not like all of us have a fear for the Lord or respect for the Lord and things of that nature. Because if we did, right, we wouldn't do and say the things that we do and say. At least in my humble opinion, based on Bible, right? And so, we're thinking about all of that, right? I ended up going deeper and looked up verses centered around the fear of the Lord. And that's where this conversation came from. And let's get into it, y'all. Let me share these verses with y'all this morning, all right? So just about all these verses that I came across this morning are referencing the fear of the Lord. And I was trying to debate about the title. I was like, well, should it be the importance of the fear of the Lord? Because obviously, again, we're missing how important it is to have that fear, reverence, respect for God. Again, we say little stuff like, oh, only God can judge me, X, Y, and Z. But then it's like we forget that part. We forget that he can judge us, right? We think that because he gives us so much grace and mercy and all this stuff on earth here, we forget about the wrath, right? We forget about the alternative to not living according to what the word is telling us and things of that nature. And then we question God, like, well, why? How could a loving God send people he loved to hell and X, Y, and Z? Well, I mean, if your life says that, hey, I don't want to be with you, Lord, every day, all day, then he's going to honor that. He's going to say, okay, you say you don't want to be with me, so why would he bring you? Like, it's, like I said, Frank Turek, they break it down, he breaks it down in like this beautiful way, of understand. It helped me to understand it a little bit better, right? It's the idea of, uh, we think that everybody wants to go to heaven. Like, because we think that, okay, yeah, everybody wants to go X, Y, and Z. But then there's people that go through life and literally be like, I want nothing to do with God. You know, do those people want to go to heaven? According to their actions and statements, the answer is no. So at some point, right, at the end of their life, if they find out that, well, they found out there's eternal life, like the Bible tells us, and things of that nature, and then they're forced to be in heaven with God, the one who they didn't want to be with their whole life, like, you know, it just doesn't add up. And so therefore, if you were a whole life go through saying, I don't want to be with God, I don't care about God, I don't consider God, no, on any of that, then I mean, you know, he's going to say, thy will be done, you know. That's the best way for me to break it down and help. That's what helped me understand it, and that's again a recent development this year, you know, because yeah, shout out to Cross Examined. Let me give a shout out to one of my juicers, y'all, Miss Hermelin, one of the lovely ladies that was a part of the juice group earlier this year in the spring season. She's tuning in live. Good morning, Miss Hermelin. Lovely, lovely lady. I miss y'all, man. Should I kick the juice back off in the fall? Let me know. Let me know. Anywho, but yeah, so let's get into this conversation. Let me share these verses with y'all this morning. All right. Proverbs 8 and 13. It says, the fear of the Lord is hatred of evil, pride and arrogance, and the way of evil, and perverted speech I hate. So this is the fear of the Lord, or it's at least one example of the fear of the Lord, right? The hatred of evil. Some people love evil. I mean, can we put that on the table? I mean, we see that all around us, right? I mean, she says that we should do it in the fall. Oh, let me go sign up. Hold on, let me go sign up then. Good morning to you. But yeah, there's some people that love their sin, right? They love evil, unfortunately, right? And so, I mean, again, if you're gonna fear the Lord, you gotta hate evil, right? I don't know. I ain't gonna go deeper about that. Y'all see what it is. Let me keep going. So then Proverbs 1 and 7, it says, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. Fools despise wisdom and instruction. Now, I know I shared this verse recently, probably yesterday. I don't know. I shared this verse recently and whatnot. But I think what stand out to me the most today when I'm looking at it, is that this is a reminder that the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, right? It's only the beginning. It's not even, you know, all the rest of the wisdom and whatnot that he has to bestow upon us. It's just the beginning to acknowledge God, respect the Lord, and fear the Lord and whatever. So, you know, just saying, this is what the verses are saying. The importance of the fear of the Lord. So let's see, we got another one here. It's Proverbs 19 and 23. It says, the fear of the Lord leads to life, and whoever here I go. Sorry, y'all. Whoever has it rest satisfied. He will not be visited by harm. Sounds like there's some benefits again to having fear of the Lord, y'all. If you have it, then you can rest and be satisfied and will not be visited by harm. Now, does that mean everything's going to be hunky-dory and peaches and cream and stuff like that? No, okay. You know, you're going to probably deal with some suffering as Christ dealt with suffering here on earth, right? But at the end of the day, there's the peace, joy, love, hope that surpasses all understanding in the midst of the quote-unquote suffering. And so you can rest, right? You can be satisfied. You can live a life that is seemingly to not be visited by harm, as you again fear and reverence and respect the Lord. Let's keep going. Proverbs 14 and 27, it says, the fear of the Lord is a fountain of life, that one may turn away from the snares of death. So again, this is another verse that's telling us that the fear of the Lord leads to life. I'm gonna share with you guys something that I was thinking about in a minute, but I think I'm gonna share it after I share this next verse. Okay, so that was the next one I wanted to share is Matthew 10:28. It says, "And do not fear those who kill the body, but cannot kill the soul. Rather, fear him who can destroy both soul and body in hell." All right, I know all of this might be pulp, man. Y'all, it might be stuff y'all don't like to hear or don't want to hear and stuff like that. I don't know. Is this a hellfire message today? I don't know. But basically, what was standing out to me the most in this last verse here is the part that says destroy. I did go a little bit deeper and I looked at the definition of destroy and all this type of stuff. But what the revelation I received, now I don't know if this is accurate, but this is what came into my heart and mind as I was reflecting on the word destroy and reflecting on that verse, is that it talked about those that can kill the body, right? That verse talks about that. But then it talks about we should, instead of fearing those that can only kill the body, we should fear the one that can that can destroy both soul and body. Now, what came to me is that destroy and kill was two different things. Because when we think about killing, we think about death, and we think about this final thing. But according to the Bible, death is not a final thing. We have eternal life that's either going to happen in one place or in another. Now, y'all can, this is according to what I'm understanding and studying in the Bible, right? So, this idea of destroying, we know, again, as Bible believing people, that this means just, what came to me this morning is that this is the destruction, like ongoing destruction. Now, I don't know how y'all feel about that. I don't know if y'all agree, or whatever. I don't know if y'all are feeling like y'all got this revelation as well, the one I'm getting. But it didn't say anything about it being final or just the one-time killing or death or nothing. It says destroy. And we know that that's forever. And I went deeper about that, y'all, went to GodQuestions.org, and there are several articles written about hell and things of that nature. Y'all can go deeper on your own. I was going to share the ones I read with y'all, but y'all can really just go deeper on your own if you feel led to do so. But these are just something to think about, y'all. We need to get back the healthy fear of the Lord. That's what I'm receiving this morning. I believe that that's ultimately the juice. Let me give a shout out to Miss Amelia Graham tuning in this morning. Thank you so much. Listen, do y'all like 7 o'clock? Because, I feel like when I go live at 7, y'all be here. Good morning, y'all. Let me share with you all the Bible verse of today. It's 2 Timothy 3:16. It says, "All scripture is given by the instruction of God and is profitable for his doctrine, for reproach, for correction, for instruction in righteousness, that the man of God may be perfect thoroughly. Y'all can look up that and make sure that word I said it right. Furnished unto all good works." Friends, I hope you all enjoyed this juice this morning. Thank you so much for listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration, the juice. I pray you guys can go forth and have a wonderful day, and I look forward to talking to you all on Monday, if the Lord's will. Bye-bye. Did you know that you can support us for just 99 cents a month? That's right, friends. You can support everything that we do here at GSL for just 99 cents a month. Take a look around wherever this post is. You might see a link or maybe even a button that says support. Go there, check out the options, consider supporting us because, we enjoy bringing you all the daily inspiration as well as the weekly talk show, but we have much, much more to come. Thank you so much for the consideration. Bye-bye.